Hey everyone, so in this video, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to create a table in your SQL Server Management Studio instance. This video is going to be from the context of the customers V3 table in finance and operations, which does operate a little differently than the accounts table in Dynamics 365 or Power Apps. So let's go ahead and get started. So we open up SSMS. And everything is based on queries in SQL Server. So let's go ahead and start. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and use the create table statement. And then what it wants you to do is pass it the value or name of the table that we're going to create. Let's call this table customers V3. And then the syntax is open parentheses. And then the next thing we'll do is we'll tab in. And we definitely need an ID. And SQL is very similar in the sense that it uses GUIDs or IDs. So what we're going to do here is we want a customer ID. So let's do that. Customer ID, and that's going to be an int. And then we move on. Notice how I used a comma to separate between this parameter that I've created as a column and the next one. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add the name field. Now it's not called account name in this particular database for F&O. It's actually called just name. And this is a varchar or varchar, depending on how you want to call it. And we're going to set it to 255 character limit and then comma. So that's going to be the name of our customer. Next thing that is required to create a customer in finance and operation is something called the customer group. Okay, that'll also be a varchar. You also need a country region. So you can see what I'm doing here. I want you to get really comfortable with what you're seeing. We need a zip postal code. And I'm using the exact same naming conventions that are in F&O because we will use them in later videos. We need a street. And then the last thing we'll do is we'll terminate. And to create the table, we'll click this execute button and we get this command completed successfully message, completion time. Sometimes you can refresh right here and you'll see that your table is created, but most of the time you won't. So what I usually do is I'll disconnect from the database and then I'll reconnect to my database just to confirm that my table was actually created. So I'll go to databases, I'll expand that, system databases, open up my master, tables, and then there's my DBO customer V3. Right now it has no data whatsoever, but if you look at the columns, you can see I have customer ID, name, customer group, country region, zip postal code, and street. And they're all set with the types that I have set when I created my table. One of the things that I'll show you later is that with SQL, you could keep writing different types of statements. And when you actually select a statement, you can execute just what you selected. And I'm going to show you the scalability of that so that you don't have to just write a statement and then nuke it and then go write another one. So that's this video. We created a table. Next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to populate this table with some data. So thank you so much for watching.